Soldiers from 11 Signal Brigade are reaching the end of their three-day exercise in France. 37 Signal Regiment is in Douai, training alongside the French Army's 41 Regiment de Transmissions. Jessie Phillips reports from northern France.
La commandeur, ça veut dire le colonel du régiment.
The early morning briefing with a difference. A bilingual exchange for both 37 Signal Regiment's commanding officer and the French liaison officers from 41 RT. So, Captain Bardot, how do you feel the exercise has gone overall?
C'est un très bel exercice qui nous a permis.
He thinks that the whole exercise in its entirety has been a great success, that the integration between the soldiers has been an experience that could just not be done elsewhere, and he thinks it should be done in the future. He also thanks the British for making that connection and coming over here.
I've enjoyed the exercise so far because it's the first time I've ever used any of this kit, and so it's a bit of a steep learning curve, but a good one. I don't think I'd enjoy the exercise anymore if I'd have been less hands-on.
They've been great. It's the first time we've worked with them. Language barriers is a bit difficult sometimes, but the French soldier we've got with us, he's not too bad on the English, so yeah, it's been quite easy actually.
On this exercise, my first job was to make a link between the French and English people, just to pass out the barrier of the speaking. So, as I'm not too bad for speaking English, I was volunteer. The second part is to become the radio operator, so I can give order and play the role of the French government.
Okay, I think you've gone.
Okay, I'm just going to read out to HQ. Okay.
The annual exercise by 37 Signal Regiment is called Global Total, but the final exercise is called French Endeavour. And having someone within the regiment who can translate has helped the exercise run smoothly.
I lived in Paris before I went to university, so I spoke fluent French by the time I then went to university and studied both French and Spanish interpreting. I didn't fully realise the professional opportunity it could lend me in the military, and yet seemingly with 37 Signal Regiment I've managed to use my interpreting skills in Normandy throughout the Normandy 70 celebrations with 3 Division, and since then I've come away on my annual deployment with my regiment as a second lieutenant and being the French interpreter, so it's been great.
Sig Bartlett, as I've identified before, this is the HF antenna. The way to identify those is all the antenna sections are all the same length.
And though it's the penultimate day of their 3-day exercise, training continues.
On the deck we've marked them up, so they're quite easy to identify. We've got a new section here, so we need to do that when we get back to unit to do that. What's happening there? When the antenna, due to the length of it and the weight, it goes into like a natural ellipse. If you just try and thread it, you can cause damage to the internal threads, causing a fault with the antenna.
As dinner was served, the signallers know the exercise is drawing to a close. They will then have to pack up all their equipment and make the long drive back to the UK. Jessie Phillips, Forces News in Douai, northern France.